Yo, what is good, YouTube? We're back with another video. Now, I just got done ending my stream. Let's just say I was trying to pack Yamal and I got cooked. At first I was thinking of, still being on FC and trying to pack, Yamal or whoever, right? But I was like, you know what, man, let's do something different. You know, just for right now. I told myself, you know what, I want to talk about Real Madrid this season. Because we're gonna get close to the Club World Cup, and I mean, technically, you could say the season's not over yet, but I feel like it is pretty much. La Liga's out, or it's over pretty much. Already did all the Spanish cups, whatever you want to call it, right? Super de Copa, right? Super Copa de España, my bad, and Copa del Rey, whatever. So we lost all that. Now we just have the Club World Cup left. Again, it's still basically the season, you could say, or whatever you want to put it up. I keep stuttering. I'm not trying to edit though. I don't care if I stutter, right? Yeah, I don't care. Anyways, I like to yap, and I stutter a lot, pretty much. Anyways, let's talk about Real Madrid this season. All right. First things first, the top scorers. We have 31 goals for Mbappe. Then we have Vinicius Jr. with 11 and Jude Bellingham with 9. So those are the top 3 scorers for Real Madrid. Pretty good. Obviously for Vinny, he should have at least 20, but he had his little downfall, but he'll be back up. I know he will. And Jude Bellingham, again, he'll be back up. You know. Assists, we have Vinny with 8, Jude Bellingham with 8, and then Luka Modric with 6, which is crazy how a 40-year-old midfielder is up there. That's why I like Modric, man. He's amazing. Then we have goal plus assists. Obviously, we have Kylian Mbappe with 34. Then we have Vinicius Jr. with 19, Jude Bellingham with 17. And honestly, bro, I think this is not even that bad for Vinny and Jude Bellingham at their worst season. I mean, Jude Bellingham really couldn't attack as much. I felt like he always had to come back in the defense and help the team out. And a lot of people don't realize that, But Mbappe with his worst season, 34, isn't bad. By the way, this is in La Liga. So, yeah. Don't think this is, and everything. But, yeah. Then rating, we have 7.98 for Kylian Mbappe. Then we have 7.59 for Jude. And then 7.57 for Valverde, which I think I could agree with that, Then goals per 90, we have Kylian Mbappe with 0.96, then Vinny with 0.44, and Jude Bellingham with 0.32. Obviously, it's like that's too low for Vinny. Too low. We know Vinny would be way more up there, but it's fine. That Ballon d'Or ruined him. He'll be back. All right. Expected goals, we have Kylian Mbappe with 25.9, Jude Bellingham with 11.5, Vinny 10.7. Then we have XG per 90. We have Kylian Mbappe with 0.80, then Endrick with 0.63 and 0.43. Okay. Expected goals on target, 27.9 for Mbappe, Vinny 9.8, Jude Bellingham with 8.1. Okay, how many? Oh my God, this is a lot of. Okay. Anyways, all right. Let's continue. All right. Right, we're shots on target, right? Shots on target per 90. We have Kylian Mbappe with 2.6, Hendrick with 1.8, and Arthur with 1.2. Kind of worrying for me for Vinny, because wow, Vinny should be up here. But again, he'll be back. Shots per 90. Obviously Hendrick is more because this guy shoots from anywhere. So I don't blame him for being up here in the list. Then we have accurate passes per 90. My bad, I said that wrong. My English is horrible. Denis Ceballos, Luka Modric, and Rudiger. Oh wow, I didn't see that one coming. And he's a defender. Hey, that's good. That's gonna be good for Xabi Alonso. Anyways, big chances created. We have 17 for Modric, Kylian Mbappe with 15, then Vinny with 13. Vinny should be way more up here. But again, he'll be back. Chances created, 66 for Luka Modric. There is Vinny, 59, and then Kylian Mbappe with 51. W. Okay. Accurate long balls per 90. Luka Modric with 5.8. Antonio Rudiger 4.5, and Fede Valverde for 4.2. Then we have expected assists. Vinicius Jr. with 7.0, then Kylian Mbappe with 6.6, then Luka Modric for 6.3. And then we have XA per 90. I think I'm saying it right. 0.32 for Riley Guller, Luka Modric 0.31, and Vinny 0.28. And then XA plus XG plus XA per 90. Kylian Mbappe 100 or 1.0, whatever you want to call it, 0.70 for Vinicius, and Andrew 0.67. Successful dribbles, we have Vinicius Jr., which we could obviously agree with that, you know. And then Kylian Mbappe with 2.6, and Rodrigo 2.3. And I don't know if I said Vinicius Jr., but 3.3. I think I did. Big chances missed. We have Kylian Mbappe, which I can 100% agree with this. This guy had big opportunities in the beginning, thanks to Vinny, but he missed that. And it's okay, you know, it happens. A lot of people, you know, when they're adapting to a new position, it's not easy, you know. Then we have penalties awarded. We have 3 for Kylian Mbappe, 2 for Vinny, and 2 for Rudiger. Successful tackles per 90. We have Camavinga, Denis Ceballos, and Fran Garcia. Again, guys, don't sleep on my boy Fran Garcia. He's a beast as a left back. He just still needs to improve on his passing and dribbling, I feel like. But Camavinga should be up there 100%. Interceptions per 90. We have Valverde, 1.6. Tchouameni, 1.5. Camavinga, 1.5. Again, Camavinga, lovely. Clearances, right? Yeah, per 90. Raul Asensio with 4.5. Rudiger, 3.7. And Tchouameni, 3.0. Which I can agree with Raul Asensio being up there. Blocks per 90. Oh, yeah. Tchouameni for sure with a 0.8. Camavinga with a 0.7. And Antonio Rudiger. Why do I keep saying Anthony? But Antonio Rudiger for 0.5. My bad. I keep stuttering or like mumbling a little bit. Then we have penalties conceded. 1 for Camavinga, 1 for Rudiger, and 1 for Tchouameni. It happens. Possession 1. Final third per 90. 0.8 for Ceballos, 0.8 for Vinny, and 0.7 for Madrid. Clean sheets 11 for Courtois and 4 for Lunya. My bad, I'm saying the name wrong again. I'm not gonna lie, 11 clean sheets for this season. That's just really sad. That's sad. 11 only for Courtois. That's actually sad. Save percentage though is obviously really good for him. Saves per 90 obviously is really good for him. Goals prevented is really good for him, and goals conceded for him is really good. You know what I mean? 2.6 for save per 90. Goals prevented 1.8. Goals conceded per 90 is 1.0, and obviously 70% save percentage. You know. Again, my bad, I'm mispronouncing some words. It looks like it just. I guess I need to just chill and drink some water. Well, nice, you know. Then we have discipline. Fouls committed per 90, 2.5 for Endrick, then 1.10 for Camavinga, and then Vinicius Jr. 1.2. Yellow cards, 8 for Vinny, 7 for Madrid, and 5 for Jude Bellingham. Red card, we have Vinny, Jude Bellingham, and Mbappe. Now that we're done with all this stuff, now that we're already, you know, pretty much got every single detail you had to get from Real Madrid about their stats. Hopefully, you were able to understand me. I think I did good on, you know, speaking about this. But let's talk about my Real Madrid squad. So now that we got all these stats, you know, covered, let's talk about the attack. Now, when we talk about the attack, right, we have Kylian Mbappe that's been doing wonderful now, but in the past it was just horrible. He wasn't finishing the jobs that he had to do for us, and everyone thought he was gonna be a flop, calling him the next Hazard. But then he proved the whole world wrong, showing that a comeback for him is just insane. Winning the goal scorer of the year, like the one that scored the most with the most points, whatever. Obviously, it was the guy from Sporting, but he's in a different league, easier league, so it's different with the points. It's a 1.5 over there, and the top 5, I think, of the leagues are like 2 points. So that's how Mbappe won. And congrats to Mbappe. Oh my gosh. He deserves it. Now, when we look at Vinny was doing wonderful in the beginning. Scored a hat-trick against Dortmund. Literally the owner of Dortmund. Wonderful. And I think slowly after that, he just started going a little downhill. You know, yeah, there was times where he did good games, but after the Ballon d'Or, just ruined him really good. Or, my bad, badly. And it was pretty upsetting for me, man. You know, I was anxious. You know, first I was anxious about Mbappe. Now I was anxious about Vinny. Then I was Bellingham. There was just mixed emotions around this whole season, and it was horrible, man. But good thing we got through it. Yeah, we might have lost against Barca a lot of times, but it is what it is, man. It happens. Let's not forget we did the same thing to them literally last season. All right. Yeah, Vinny will be back though. You know, we already know what he did last year. He was an amazing player. Let's talk about Rodrigo. Now, Rodrigo this season, he was good in his moments, but we just needed him more, and he wasn't there sometimes, and it kind of gets me worried because is Xabi Alonso gonna start this guy a lot? Probably not. Just the way Xabi Alonso plays with his tactics, but we'll see what happens. Anything is possible. But like I said, I don't want this team to be forced out to just because Xabi Alonso sees Rodrigo, in the squad right now. Don't force him playing right wing and just play 3 attackers. I mean, you already say you want to play with 2 attackers. Supposedly, that's the news that I heard. He only wants to play with 2 attackers, which is going to be Vinny and Mbappe. And, he just does this formation. I think 3-5-2 or the other formations he does, right? But, like I said, anything can change. But I just want the best for Xabi Alonso. I don't want him to force us. I don't want him to force a formation out and try new tactics. And next, it just goes downhill for us again next season. Anyways, I don't want to get too much about that. I want to talk about this season, right? So Rodrigo, again, hopefully he could be in the starting lineup under Xabi Alonso the next season coming up. If not, it's going to be a little worrying for me because, guys, I'm a Rodrigo fan. I love Rodrigo more than Mbappe, Vinny, but Bellingham, though, it's a 50-50. I still don't know who to choose because I love Bellingham. I love Bellingham and Rodrigo, like the same. But, yeah. So, I think we got the tag figure, right? The tag, again, I think they all have their mistakes, right? If I'm missing something about them, tell me in the comments, right? Midfield. Now, a lot of people keep saying Bellingham is horrible this season. But, guys, this guy likes to go help the defense a lot because he needs to. Which means when Real Madrid wants to build an attack, they can't really do that no more because they don't have Jude Bellingham in his actual position because he's always helping the defense. And I don't have a problem him doing that, It's probably saved us a lot of times, and I think he does. Think about it, chat. We probably would have lost a lot of games horrible. Like we probably would have lost against Barca like 8-2 or something like that. Thankfully we didn't see that this season. Never want to experience that, and that's gonna be the worst. But Jude Bellingham is always helping the defense, I feel like, more than attacking this season. Obviously last year the defense was more better, which means he was mainly in the position that he should be in the camp. He was always there, making plays for Rodrigo, making good runs, giving good passes to Vinny. Everything was just perfect last season. But this season, it was just players going out of position. We had Lucas Vazquez always more forward than usual. Valverde knows that he had to help the defense, even though he could have probably done more long shots from outside the box and score. But he couldn't score no more golazos because he had to help the defense a lot. Because he had to help Lucas Vazquez because Lucas Vazquez was just going too much forward. That's what I didn't like about that. His position was just bad. Anyways, before we get to the defense, yeah, that's that. About Valverde helping the defense as well. Same thing with Bellingham. They were just both the same pretty much, It was just, honestly, it was both the same. And I feel like the time we actually did really good, if I'm not mistaken, it was when we had Bellingham play as a center mid. And then we had Adegola play as a right wing. But he transitioned to a cam, and it was that one goal that Adegola scored with his left foot, and it was just a good finish. It's like an edit about Carlos is like pass here, pass that. That I think that was the goal where I was like, wow, like that's what we need to have, good defending because we could do plays like that. But obviously now with Xabi Alonso coming in as a new manager, it's gonna be different now. What if Xabi Alonso has a new plan? Do this, do that, do that. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. But I think we got the midfield figure, or cover, whatever you want to call it, about Jude Bellingham, why he was doing bad, but he wasn't really, just helping the team even more than on defense. Same thing about Valverde. Now let's talk about the defense. The defense was just horrible. I couldn't believe my eyes. Lucas Vazquez is a wannabe right back. He is not in Carvajal's level. Then we have Mendy just doing horrible. Like people could say, well, you still had a left back, actual left back. Yeah, you're right, but Mendy was just playing bad. I mean, I think even Fran Garcia was doing better. And yeah, man, I mean, I'm not a big fan of Mendy. I never was. I feel like he's overrated, to be honest. But yeah, defense, Rudiger and Asensio were the best. But Rudiger was at his best, to be honest, because supposedly he was injured for months and he had to take pills to not feel the pain or whatever. And I just felt so bad for him. He was just probably forced to play, but he just probably wanted. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he wanted to play. I don't know. but he couldn't play at his best form, and you know. And then Asensio, just a hero for us. I feel like I'm so glad we started him that one match and gave us an assist in his debut to Bellingham. That guy was a beast for that, and I'm glad he got his picture shown to the world more than before. So I'm happy for my boy Asensio. He's been clutch for us. An agile defender, you know. Chumeni. Oh yeah, let's talk about Chumeni, bro. Comeback from him, man. I remember this guy was getting booed. Now look at him, bro. Everyone loves this guy. I never ever would talk bad about him, bro. He really, really proved me wrong and everyone else. But I wasn't really like bad on him, like harsh. Like, you know, I wasn't like, oh, you need to leave. No. I don't think I was, at least. Camavinga a baller, bro, but it just becomes injury. He's becoming injury prone, and I don't like that, bro. You know, he's a really good player, bro. He's an amazing player. I like his dribbling, like his skills. So good from him, bro. I hope we don't lose him. I hope he stays. Anything can happen, guys. Real Madrid could sell him. I don't know. I bet I'm not looking at this camera as much. I'm just like, I'm used to seeing always myself right here, like streaming. I don't know why. So hopefully I don't mind. But yeah. I think I got everything covered for this video. Again, we're at 17 minutes. Hopefully this isn't a boring video. Maybe it's boring for y'all. Maybe y'all don't like me yapping like this. But I feel like some of y'all do. You know, you could just, this is a podcast basically. Have this on the background when you're doing something. Alright. But again, I didn't say this, but if you made it this far to the video, I want y'all to say the number 7 for Cristiano Ronaldo. So, alright. I think that is it. I mean, I went to the stats on FootMob. I mean, squad. I mean, transfers. Well, yeah, I mean, we already talked about transfers. You know, about Dean coming to us. I don't know why it says Jose Lu. Why doesn't that show there? History. Oh, okay, these are like the managers, I'm guessing. Like how many losses they got, I guess. But, I mean, we'll get to that. Oh, that's news. I'm just scrolling. I have never really clicked these buttons on here, so I'm just. These are just the fixtures. Fixtures. Bro, I cannot speak. I actually can speak. Oh my gosh. Sorry, chat. I'm really sorry. Last 3 games we won, though. And that's not bad, man. I'm actually happy to see that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually happy to see that. Okay, so it looks like the team might have got better in form, which means that's good for Xabi Alonso. So whenever they come back to the Club World Cup, they could play good, right? Hopefully. Especially if they could understand the tactics. Again, we finished 2nd place. It is what it is. Keep in mind, this is our worst season. I'm still proud of this team. I really am. What is overview? Oh, okay. This is just season stats. Last starting 11. Alright. Okay, guys. Anyways, I think that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching this. If you made it this far, make sure to subscribe. Hit the like button. Comment down below again for more ideas that I should do on YouTube. When I'm recording this right now, it's a Thursday. This might not be uploaded until Saturday. Obviously, my goal is to upload, you know, videos the day when I record. That was going to be the plan for yesterday, but I had to do something. So, yeah. And on top of that, I was still working on thumbnails. Like, I was trying to, you know, make thumbnails. And you'll be probably seeing that already in this page of the YouTube video. Or, you know, I don't know why it's a page. Maybe... whatever you want to call it, thumbnail, YouTube video, I don't know. I just be stuttering. I be just, sometimes that don't make sense. My bad, chat. Maybe I'm just overthinking and yapping even more for no reason on this YouTube video when I should just shut up and just let it be, right? I know. But I just don't want you to be judging. But yeah. Alright. I'm going to end the video before I just keep talking and talking. Again, I'm a Real Madrid fan. We could talk about Barcelona still. And I'll probably make a video about them soon. Alright? Don't worry. And individual players. So yeah. I don't want to see too many ideas, but I have a lot of good YouTube ideas, and y'all like them, alright? So don't worry, this is not just going to be about Real Madrid. No, we're going to do other things differently, like video games maybe, like horror games. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I think this is going to be the end of this video. I've already said that like I think 3 times. So yeah, but thank you everyone that made it this far. Alright, I already said what to do, right? Subscribe, hit the like button, comment down below for more ideas. And say number 7 if you made it this far, like Cristiano Ronaldo. Alright, yeah, I'm done.